So today I've got two of the bigger Swiss Army knives. When I say bigger, I mean thicker. So I have a 5-layer one and an 8-layer Swiss Army knife. Now, you might have guessed what they are already. Let's take a look at them and then we can compare and see if they're actually useful at all. And let's have a look at how to carry them. So we'll start with the smaller one. So this is the Ranger. And if you can see here, it is 5 layers. You can count them there on the back. Now, I'm not always great at counting these, so I normally look on the SAK Wiki website. So this has 21 functions. As I said, it's a 91 millimeter, so that's 91 millimeters long, and the height here is 23 millimeters, and I'll put that in inches up there. The weight is quite a hefty 118 grams, or 4.2 ounces. So it's quite big to carry around in your pocket. So let's take a look at the tools. We'll start off with the scale tools. So here we have the usual tweezers and the toothpick. Then looking at the back tools, you can see there's quite a group of them here. So first of all, we have the corkscrew. So there is space for a pin. Mine didn't come with one, so I've put this dressmaking pin in with a large head to make it easier to get out. Next, we have the chisel. So this is a 4mm chisel, and it's quite sharp, great for wood. Next to that, we have the small flathead screwdriver. So I think this is 2.5mm. And next to that, there's the parcel hook. Although I did see an illustration with this being used to put a bicycle chain back on, you know, when it jumps off the cog. A great way to do that without getting your fingers all greasy. And then the final back tool is this all reamer with an eye as well. So it makes it a large sewing needle. So that's all of the back tools. Then if we start at the front, we can see that we have the usual can opener and small flathead, and this can also be used as a 2D Phillips. Then you've got the large flathead. This has a 90 degrees stop as well. It's also got the wire bender, cap lifter, large flathead, and you can also use that as a small pry bar. After that, we have the scissors. So one of the most useful tools, and I do like my Swiss Army knives to have a scissors. Like all Victorinox scissors, these cut really well. Then after that, we have the saw. And as I've said in lots of my videos, the saws are fantastic. You get this double row of teeth. The teeth, it's thicker at the teeth than it is at the back, so it doesn't get stuck. There's a small area just at the end with no teeth. That's just to make sure they don't get damaged when you close it. And then next to that, we have the file. So this has a file on both sides, as well as the metal saw along the edge and a nail cleaner at the end. So the file can be used for either wood or metal. And now it brings us to the blades. So there's the main blade, the same size as all other 91mm knives. You can see the stamp on it there. Victorinox Swiss-made stainless. And on the back it's got Officer Swiss. So that's the main blade. And then finally, there's the small blade here. So the great thing about two blades are that you can use one for dirty work and one for clean work. And as always, they come super sharp. So that's the Ranger. Let's take a look at the other one. Now, have you guessed what this is yet? Well, there's the clue. So this is the Swiss CHUMP. And the great thing about it is it comes with this little brochure and it lists all of the tools. And then for most of the tools, it has a suggested use. And I found that really, really interesting because you don't normally get that. So hopefully I'm going to find all of these tools. So as I said, this is the Swiss CHUMP. It has 8 layers and 33 functions or tools. So I'm just going to go through this really quickly because a lot of the ones it has are the same as the Ranger. So like the Ranger, it has the toothpick and the tweezers, but it also has the pen. So by pen, it's more of a refill really, but in a pinch, it's better than no pen. Then we have the usual tools building up from the front. We have the can opener and small screwdriver. We have the large flathead screwdriver, cap lifter, and wire bender. Next, we have something that's a bit different to the Ranger. So here we have the 3D Phillips. And this is a brilliant tool. It's one of my favorites. And the good thing about this is that unlike some of the other Swiss Army knives, this is at the end, so you can actually use it as a screwdriver. It functions well, much better than when it's in the back tools. And then as usual, paired with this is a magnifying glass. And the magnifying glass is pretty good actually. Sorry, that looks a bit gross close up. But yeah, a decent magnifying glass. This is one of the newer ones, which is all in one piece. Then after that, we have another tool that's different to the Ranger. We have the mini pliers. So these are really good as precision pliers. I mean, they're almost like large tweezers. You have the fine tips, then you have the larger area for gripping. Just inside here, there's a small wire cutter as well. If you can just see that, where it's opening and closing. And then you have a crimper built into the handles there as well. So really useful. And then the tools after this, let's see, we have the scissors. So these are the same as on the Ranger. Another tool that's different is the fishing tool. So this has a descaler, a hook disgorger, so for getting the hook out of the fish's mouth. And then there's a measure on there as well, which is in inches and centimeters on the other side. It's also quite good as a sort of a probing tool as well if you need to poke into something. You could probably do some light prying with it as well. And then after that, there is the saw, just as on the Ranger, so same size. There is the file, exactly the same as on the Ranger. And there are the 2 blades. So the main blade here and the small blade. I didn't go through the back tools. So with the back tools, we have the corkscrew, and of course there is the eyeglass screwdriver as well. So that comes with it. And also on this one, there's a hole for the pin, and it actually comes with the pin. So it's surprising how useful it is to have a pin, maybe if you get splinters, or for resetting electrical equipment and things like that. Then, just like the Ranger, it has the chisel and the small screwdriver, the parcel hook, and the reamer, hole punch, and sewing needle. So you get quite a lot. It does weigh in at 185 grams or 6.5 ounces. So this is a big boy. And the height is 33 millimeters. So it's pretty thick like that. So it's quite a lump to have in your pocket. How can you carry it? Well, I think there are two ways. One is to have it on a hanger like this. If we clip that on. So with it like that, it can clip onto the edge of your pocket, and then it hangs in your pocket so it's not falling down. So that's one option. The other option, and you can use that for the Ranger as well. Another option is to use a pouch. So I happen to have the Knipex pouch. So this fits in here pretty well. And if you wanted to, you could even fit the Knipex pliers in as well. So that can go on your belt. It makes it much easier to carry. You can also carry a pen and even a torch with it. Alternatively, if you've got the Ranger, you can put this in here and even fit in a bit kit. Let me just put that in first. So if you've got this, the Victorinox bit kit, you can fit all three in. Can you see that? So, and then you've still got one slot left used for a pen or a torch. So, am I going to carry these? Because this is one of the problems really. Because they're so big, I rarely carry them. What I'm going to do for April, I'm going to try and have a 1 month carry where I carry the Swiss Champ and only the Swiss Champ and use it. And I'll let you know how I got on. Did I find it useful, or was it just a pain to carry? And one of the things I noticed most of the time when you see pictures of these, you don't normally see them side on, so you don't see how thick they are. But here they are. So the Ranger and the Swiss Champ. So I hope you found this useful. Let me know what you think in the comments. Have you got one of these? Do you carry it often, or do you think they're just too big? Check out some of my other videos. I've got a really good playlist on Victorinox knives. I've got quite a few videos of that now. And why not check out this playlist or this video? Thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next video.